welcome. Well, I've got a pile of pallets out there that I have. Let me just turn this rubbish off over here.
What do you think about what the papers said, describing both Trump and Harris as being against law?
Hey Google, stop. I told it. I told it I did, yeah. Well, I suppose I better put the microphone on. I've gone live earlier than I thought I was going to. But anyway, I'm live now, so there you go. Now, I've got a project on the go. And it's a simple project. I say a simple project. It's a cabinet made out of old pallets. Now, I've got a whole load of pallets outside. I'm going to grab this microphone. Let me just get this plugged in ready. Because I wasn't supposed to go live just yet. I pressed the wrong button. Yes, I'm an idiot. Oh, there you go. I'll put you there for a second. Microphone, which only half of it works now, unfortunately. And I've got that there. Hopefully. And we'll plug you in over here. I've already stripped the pallets down. Because that is one of them jobs that it just goes on forever. It takes ages, I tell you. And plug you in there. Now, I hope the audio is going to improve. Right, there we go. Plug you in. I hope that is okay. I hope that is improved. Now, if I tap this, it should make a horrible noise. Well, now I've been preparing me pallet wood. And I've been gluing some of it up. And basically, I've got a sort of more of a driftwood kind of look. This is actually the inside of the cabinet. I'm messing about at the moment. This is going to be one of the side panels on the inside. So there's a top and there's going to be a bottom. There's going to be obviously the two ends. There'll be some door hanging frames, one either end, possibly one in the middle, but I might just get the doors to meet up, or I might put one in the middle. I don't know yet. There's obviously a series of shelves and stuff in it. There's also going to be access to put a socket either inside this or be able to plug, take the hole, put a hole in, or be in the bottom actually. Oh, this is the bottom. Put a hole in the bottom so I can bring the cable out to the socket. And then there's going to be a mirror door, which is, well, the mirror is there. Now, I ain't done much with pallets in the past, not this kind of thing. I usually have other crap, but I thought, hang on. People keep going on about Pallet Project, so I thought, I don't know, let's do a Pallet Project. This is the mirror that we had up in the shower room already, but I'll just put a backing board on it. And that's going to be a door. I've got 4 pieces of wood here cut, and obviously at the moment it's all horrible, isn't it? I could run it through the planer, but they're kind of, the sort of, this is the point then. It just becomes like a newish piece of wood. And it wasn't kind of what I was after. I want the texture. Sort of driftwoody kind of look, you know, when you get all that crappy furniture stuff you can buy and it looks like driftwood. It's either I chuck it in a cement mixer for a while with some stones in there. I could do that. That might work. But first, I need to glue up some more of these because then they could be drying. You see, so I don't need to sand them down at this stage. You do need to put 2 straight edges, and then we're going to use the biscuit joiner to help with the keeping the faces level. Because I'm not running through the plane or truing the wood up, I've got to kind of go with it. So if one's going one way, I've got to make sure the other one's going the other way to compensate, if it makes any sense. If there's a bit of a bend. Or if there's a cup, I can't do a lot about it, I'll just go with it. I'm just going to go with the flow. I am going to force it to work. If it doesn't work, so what? I don't care. It's in my house. It's not customers. And if I don't like it, I can always do it with some nice, neat, clean wood. So I'm just going to find my channel. So I'm going to check the chat. Did it live? That's me. I'm live. And I'm there. Yep. There we are. Let's turn the volume down because I don't need to hear that. Oh, I definitely don't need to hear. I don't need to turn the volume down, do I? No. Right. Let's skip that. Just double check I've got audio. How's the audio? How's the audio? Oh, that sounds all right. That's good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's all right. I think the microphone's working. It don't sound all echoey. Well, to the bench. There we are. Now this is my contraption that I made. And that's a funny shape, but that's because what I had laying about. I thought that'll do, and that's what I do to lever the pallets apart. So basically, you can just put it on the board underneath the rail like so, and you can lever against it and rip the pallet. It works really well. So I'll put that over here. So first things first, I need to glue 2 more of these up, which is going to be either the top or the bottom. There's going to be no back in this. There's no need, because I'm going to be going straight up against the plasterboard or stud wall, and I'm also going to be tiling it inside. So that's the plan. I got the tiles, so I thought I might as well just do that and clean then. And we've got one of them toothbrush things, a bit like a pressure washer for your teeth. So I've made it's big enough so we can put that inside, because at the moment it's sitting on the corner of the basin in the shower room, and it's a bit annoying to say the least, because there's no room for it. But we do use it, so it makes sense. You've got to try and choose which is going to be your best face, what you're going to see, because one bit's going to go against a wall. The space is restricted, but it's literally tight between 2 walls. I'm allowing myself a little bit of clearance, obviously, because you won't get it in otherwise. But it's literally between the 2 walls. And then effectively the sizing is literally going to be dependent on the mirror that I've already got. So we're going to have a door on the left, which is going to be just a solid door made out of this whole pallet wood. And the door on the right, which is over the basin, is the one with the mirror. Now I did come and I get another mirror, but I thought sod it. I'm making this for nothing, you see. And I like making things for nothing, because that means I don't spend no money. And that means the missus is happy as well, because I don't spend no money. It means she can spend money. I'll be quite interested to see what it looks like, because at the end of the day, I haven't actually, I usually make all that stuff out of oak and chestnut and all nice materials. I very rarely make stuff out of crap. Pallet wood. And we've got loads of it, so might as well. So what plane shall I use? Let's use number 5. Just need to get a reasonably true edge. I don't need to sand the faces yet. I did on the other one just so I could show you. Yeah, like, sort of Blue Peter style. This is one I did earlier, kind of thing. That was the plan, anyway. That's why I did that. Okay. Lovely curly shavings. They're called grey colour. Look, the colour of them. They're like a grey. That's their weathering. The water, obviously, they got wet. Pallets got wet. Still wood, though, isn't it? In their day, still wood. And if you've got any like nasty bits of damage in it, you can always put like things like bow ties in and stuff like that. You see, you're a Dutchman, whatever you like to call them. So we'll be joining this together, obviously just with glue, clamp it up, and also some biscuits. McVitie's rich tea are best for this. I find that the digestives are a little bit thick. You can't get them. No, they don't work. I know. I fancy using the number 7 now. Because I can. This number 7 has got a Victor hand-forged plain iron, and it's very nice to use. Very nice to use, in fact. This one has got a retrofitted Chinese plain iron. Cost me about 6 to 8 euros or something. No, a lot. That was really cheap. And the steel's actually okay, but the machining on it was awful. I also had to increase. They said it'd be okay for a Stanley, but I also had to increase the length of the slot. The slot is the wrong way around, but it works, So there you go. I do love shavings. Okay. Right, that one goes that way, and that one's going to go that way, because they're the best faces. I've also got to be careful, because none of this pallet wood is straight. This one's got a bit of a bend in it, so everything's going to have to be forced. Actually, that's not too bad at all. Now, I'm not going to try and make, I just slap it together like so, all right, with a square edge. I want to have a little arrows taken off, yeah? Just a little chamfer on there. So remove the arrows. But I'm going to do that with my block plane. Where are you, boy? Oh, come here. What are you? I hope the audio is okay. It sounds okay at my end. La 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 la. I hope you're all having a lovely Sunday. I suppose this makes a change from the madness that's going on in the world at the moment. I haven't been live on this channel for a while, actually. I am going to be going live on some of my other channels very soon. On my another channel called New Tech, and it's me start pulling things apart on there and stuff like that. But I need to come up with a better name. Any ideas? Before I get on with that one. I've also got another laser. I've got 4 lasers now, and I didn't buy any of them. Oh dear, these people send me these stuffs to have a look at and sort of review them, the videos. And on my other channel, laser channel, I've been putting so many different videos on there regarding just little clips using those lasers. There you go. And on my rewilding channel regarding the rewilding project we're doing with Pallet trees, you see. There you go. So that's going to go on there. That's going to be good. Actually, not bad at all. That's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm not after it being perfect. Now, generally you would work from the face, but let me have a look at this from the back. And the reason I'm saying this is if they're exactly the same thickness, I'm going to work from the back. Otherwise, I'm going to get a pencil mark, like I did on that one, where the, I should have removed it before I painted them, shouldn't I? If they're the same thickness, so I can work from the back. I won't make any odds in. No, I work from the back, that's fine. I will do that. Where is my pencil? My pencil. Got my Cascamite pencil, and I'll be using Cascamite. Not Cascamite, I'll be using a D3. This one's by Eureka Glues. Okay, so I don't need a Cascamite for this, it's internal. So, although the D3 is sort of like semi-waterproof, there's no such thing as waterproof glue anyway. There isn't. Actually, in fact, nothing is actually 100% waterproof. It's just some things are more waterproof than others. Now, this is a D3. You can get a D2, which is basically an interior wood glue, but then also you can get a D4, which is more water resistant than a D3. So that's basically what it means. You know, lower the number, the more, the higher, the less resistance it has. So these are going to have to be about 111 long eventually. So put one in the middle, one there. So put 5 in. And the sizing's worked out quite well. I haven't cut these to length for anything. This is actually the length of the pallet. So that's worked out okay. Now this back face here is going to be, actually, not tell a lie, just thought of something. I just remembered something. Do you know what? The bottom one has got a face. You'll see it from the bottom, won't you? The top one you're not going to see. The top face. But I will sand the back of that, make sure that's nice and smooth on the top. I might even skim it through the planer, but you won't see it. But if you're going to, I want to be careful. If you ever want to clean anything and there's all splintery, you know, what good is that? You're going to, it's going to be all fluffy from your rag, isn't it? So I will put an aerosol on this side as well, and I'll make this one the bottom. So, yeah, which I thought that. A little bit untidy. The thing when you're working with non-uniform materials, you do have to go with the flow somewhat. It's like when I did my staircase upstairs, the one for the mezzanine in the guest room, and I had to obviously make sure everything was, because I basically use branches, and I cleaned them all up with a draw knife and then sanded all up, make it more pretty and that, and it looks really good. I'm really pleased with it. Comes out really nice. The staircase itself is literally made out of construction lumber, which was literally just floor joists. So all glued up into nice wide treads and stuff, and then the strings as well. And it wasn't a very big staircase. It's only about 10 rise. Mezzanine weren't that high. But I come out really well. I'm really pleased with it. There's no back staircase, obviously. That kind of thing. Okay, that'll do. That will do. So that's still the back. So let's flip that round. Find a wet patch. Oh, did I say that out loud? I think I did. Okay. So both faces of these will need to be sanded up, and I will sand the back of that one as well. But that's not gabby at all. That's pretty darn good. Now, when you glue 2 boards edge on, normally what I do, if it's something like a table, where you don't want to see all the gaps opening up, on the ends, you'd have more bit of relief in the middle. So basically what happens is the ends of the boards will touch, okay, when you do a tabletop, but there'll be about an axe whisker, you know, like that's just so slice piece of paper in the middle. Because what will happen is, in time, the end grain of your wood, even if you've got a breadboard end on, it will shrink, and the width of the wood will actually become narrow where it won't be in the middle. So what happens is that'll open up on the end grain. So you've got to watch that if you're doing a tabletop. That's a bit worries, yeah. If you don't worry about it. Right, we've got the biscuit joiner. Get in my biscuit tin. Right, let's talk about biscuits. Oh, I like biscuits. Oh, crikey. What's your favourite biscuit? Beach. I've got these ones here. These are only number 10s, so they've got 10s and 20 in there. And I keep them in these little Ziploc bags. It's a real mistake to allow them to be exposed to the atmosphere because they'll expand. If they do expand, you can shove them in the oven on say 50 degrees for a little bit, and they'll come down again. But if they have it, these are already expanded a little bit because I've had them such a long while. I don't use the biscuit joiner very much. So yeah, if they get a bit thicker, they'll fit in the slot very easily, aren't they? So I'm going to need 5 of those. So these are a bit tighter than what you really want them to be. So squeeze as much air out as you can. Use some silica gel crystals if you've got them. I do have some, but they're not in there. Why isn't that? Right, I'll have to get some indoors later. Right, so we can use the old... oh, what have we got there? Oh, Mad Monk! Hello, my friend. Oh, my battery is about to die. Oh, crikey, and then I decide to go live. I do apologise. Oh, dear. Sorry, Mad Monk. Who else was there? Who was there? Kidding, Lewis 9. Lewis, I'll enjoy. I can't be here for long this time, but thank you for making this content. No, you're welcome. Yeah, I quite enjoy making my woodworking stuff anyway. I do run out of ideas, though. I need some more ideas. Oh, I've unplugged it. That happens. Right, so there's 3 things I've got to glue up, and I've got to make the door as well, which I have a rebate in for the mirror. I was thinking about enclosing the mirror in the door, but then if you want to change the mirror because it breaks or whatever, well then you're not going to get it out very easy. You have to completely deconstruct the door. So I think I'm just going to put a rebate in the back like you would do a picture frame. I don't know yet. I'll shut my drawer. I ain't got a dust extractor on there at the moment. Won't really need anyway. So there's a little blade in there, okay, like a saw blade. And as it goes, see that? Yeah? That creates a little slot. And that's a biscuit joiner. You could use a domino down if you want. It seems a bit of an overkill for this job though. The only reason, you could just glue it up, right? You don't have to put them in. But what they will do is prevent the boards doing that beside it, you know? They'll help hold together. And if it's going to be in a humid space as well, so it's in a shower room, and it does get a bit steamy in there. You know, you've got to spend a bit of time in there, clean all your crevices, haven't you? And all that, you know, all the sweaty bits. Takes a bit of time, that does. Yeah, with the broom handle, or the broom on the broom handle. I've got these giant cotton buds, that's what I use. Giant ones now, the size of footballs. What a thought that is, eh? Put that over there. So I've created all my little slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on, what's it? 6 or 5? 5. That's good. There's the right mountain. Right, make sure you got the right faces to each side. You won't go front to front, back to back. There you go. Like so. That way around. Glue! There's my Eureka glue. I've got another bottle in there if I run out. They do send me the glue, does Eureka. So they are actually really good. And I'm really pleased with the products as well. Really good stuff. And they are the ones who now sell Cascamite powdered resin wood glue or formulate it. Now, if anyone's used the stuff before, when it was being distributed and made by Polyvine, they ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And they got a bad name. But it's back now. It is to how it was. Within reason, because no one's actually got the original formula. But it's pretty good. The new stuff is. Yeah, Cascamite. It's a powder, formaldehyde basically, powder, and other ingredients. And it's Similar principle to like the plasters that they put on your legs and arms in the hospital, where you put in water, they wrap it around you and it goes off. So it's a water hardening resin, and it's very waterproof. Like I say, nothing's 100% waterproof, but it's pretty darn good. This stuff is. Yeah, the Casca White. This is good as well. You know, it's just a D3, like Type Bond. Obviously, Type Bond is very good as well. But I am quite happy with Eureka glues. Right, so I've got some clamps over there. I'm going to tap these in, but if you're going to tap them in, you don't want to damage the edge, because obviously what will happen is you'll end up make them fatter. So just a light tap should be enough. Put a little bit of glue on each side. You can get the special bottles for making sure you've got glue in the slots. But I don't do enough with the biscuit joiner to warrant it. I hear myself in the background, so I'm talking to myself. I've got that on behind me. Make sure I've got my audio. There's a few times, Mad Monk knows, there's a few times when I've gone live and there was no sound, no audio. And sometimes it's partway through. That isn't very helpful. No. Right, there you go, there's that. So we're now going to push them together. Now I don't actually know what I didn't do. What I normally do, I normally use one of these wallpaper rollers like that. It's got tape around it, yes, we can peel it off easily. And before I put them in there, do you know what I normally do? I normally run this over like so to spread the glue. This is the best way of spreading glue. It's a wallpaper seam roller. Works so well. And all you've got to do is either put a bit of rubber in the tube over it so you can take it off easy and clean it, or a piece of, or just some insulation tape. That's all I do. I used to do the rubber in the tube. And I realised, hang on, why am I doing that? I might as well do it this way instead, which works perfectly well. So I've got glue in those slots. And I'm using the dominoes for a way of alignment, making sure the faces stay aligned and they don't shift, because obviously PVA glues are a little bit flexible, so they can shift a little bit. That one might tap together, this one might. Yeah. Yes. They're all with face frame as well. You can see that old raw edge. So I'll just stick a few clamps on that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. These little bessies, that's probably do. Don't need a lot of pressure on those. Oh God, I sound like such an idiot. Oh dear. Right, okay, that one's done. So I've got a top, I've got a bottom. Just got to glue the ends. They need gluing up now. So it's going to be top and bottom. Obviously, I won't get this all done today. I reckon I might be able to get, hopefully I can get the door together. So I'll get these glued up first. These are going to be the ends. So, what's best for that? Need one of those to the outside edge. Now, one way you can do this, actually, if you want, if you feel confident with the plane, if you actually put them together in the vise like so, right, and then you plane it, okay, and then you put your boards together, and if you have gone a little bit skew-if to one side or the other, there's a slight angle to it, you can oppose the angle, because the angle will be the same on both pieces of wood, and then you can oppose it, and then you'll find that it'll be, the boards will be flat. So you can do it that way. But you need to be fairly good with the hand plate. Now, I don't really want to do it that way here, because I'm only using one side. It's not really reversible, because the other side's not so good. I've got one of the side, one face will be, one I would just, oh blimey, I'll decide which is going to be the face, basically. Oh, number 5, because I feel like it. I could try number 4 in a minute. What do number 4? Oh, I fancy using number 4 now, just for the hell of it. Oh, I'll get little Bailey here, number 4. They all sound different. That's the plane iron that does that. and obviously the density of the actual plane itself. Do you know what? There's something to be said for the bigger plane. It's more stability. I'll tell you what, let's try a wooden one. Let's go on to a little coffin plane. A little wooden coffin plane. All right? I think that'll be all right. I think that's nice to use. It's too short. I'll have to go with a longer plane in a minute. Because of the way it works, the chip break is very different on this. So it's got quite a sloped, not sloped, it's a very shallow chip breaker. Whereas on these have quite a round chip breaker on these Baileys. They create more of a curl. You see, this was coming out with less of a curl. So that's actually really nice to use, but it's actually too short for this job. Otherwise you end up with a wonky board. Skip there. Oh, there, that's better. I sorted it. Next board. I'll use that as the face. Thing is, you see, with pallets and that, you know, if you go to like the old bricklayers and places like that, you know, the old DIY places, your box stores, what you call them, they can't often give these things away. They don't charge you for them because they just want to get rid of them. Now, generally, I've been using these old pallets for making bird boxes and bat boxes for our rewilding project, but I've got so much of it now. All right. Get this to there. That is nice. That'll do. That will do. All right, it's just. Get splinters in my hands. I'm not worried about this if it's uniform, a bit more on the end or a bit more in the middle. I'm not worried at all. I think we worry too much sometimes, especially if you do a project, this kind of project. You know, where you do like these pallet projects. What I don't like to see, I'm not keen on things like sofas, but it still looks like a pallet. I see people make these sofas as like two pallets stuck together. It still looks like a blooming pallet. You know? I think you want a little bit of evidence to be honest with it with your project, but when it still looks like an actual pallet, I think that's a step too far. Right, so far so good. God, yeah, I didn't bring a drink in. Have I got anything in the fridge? I have. I've got some water. Good. Yes, I've got a fridge. There's no beer in it though, unfortunately. Can't afford those sort of luxuries. I'm going to be making some tools very soon. I'm going to be making a router plane. I'll do it live, I'll do it as a video. Using probably this little block of oak and a chisel, but I'm thinking about actually cutting the chisel off and having the piece of the metal and make it into an actual mechanism like you would do on a proper one, you know, a bought one. I'm not too keen on the idea of a chisel with a wedge. I think the angle's wrong, but that's me, you know. So, okay, that one's out. That'll be glued up now. That's about three. I think three in there would do that, wouldn't it? Now, that'll be up against a wall, so I ain't got to worry too much regarding the back. No one's going to see it. One in the middle, one right there, that'll do. I'll probably house the ends into the top and bottom rails, just to keep that, so you have a bit of stability. I just want to whack those screws in the edges and corners and stuff, because when you start screwing it to the walls, on either side in the space that's it, and you screw it to the walls, what ends up happening is, let's say for instance that's the top and that's the bottom, you screw that to the wall, you risk splitting the screws out the top end of the board. That's the same pocket screws as well. I'm not a lover of pocket screws, you might already know that. I think they have a place, don't get me wrong. Just not in my workshop. There we go. If somebody wants to send me one, I'll certainly give it a go. I'm not going to buy one. Over there. The same again with that, so just going to glue those together, so back to back. It's easy to satisfy this time. Very, very simple. Simple is as simple as does. We've got 48 people there. Hello, 48 people. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments down below. I am reading the comments. Oh, I have got comments. I just noticed. Hello, Corey Barnwell. Oh, you're the best. You're the best. You're the best. Hello, Abby. Good day to you. Hi there. How are you? I'm kind of doing non-pro work, unless you consider pallet work, as in pallet projects, as professional. I normally work in oak. Most of my work is in oak. No, I do a bit of fir as well, like Douglas and what have you, regarding shutters for customers here in France. But generally, anything else is oak, chestnut, walnut, sometimes a bit of beech, etc. here in France. What else? Whatever I can get really in some cases. Depends. Oh, the guy I used to get a lot more wood from, he died last year, unfortunately. Obviously unfortunate for me, and also very unfortunate for him, poor bugger. He had, he had some sort of cancer, I think it was prostate cancer he had. And then he was gone within a couple of months. I can believe it. Fit geezer as well. But my age, a bit younger than me. I wouldn't be surprised as the work he was doing. He was constantly working in the woods and with chainsaws and constant smoke. You can imagine. I can't imagine it'd be that healthy. But he's a really lovely guy as well. Jean Paul. He's helped me out in the past. He's supplied all our firewood as well. Oh God, I don't know where he got it from. Obviously, it's from a tree, but yeah, I bought a whole, what was it, 2 cubic meters of American red oak. That's lovely stuff. You don't often get that here, you see, here in France. It's quite unusual, but that was non-stop stuff. Not as hard as the French oak or European oak, I must admit. Not quite as durable, but still lovely stuff. Really lovely grain. Very uniform. It's a big tree, I imagine. Well, they're whopping great planks they were. They're really wide planks. All air dried. Yeah, but he died. It's always the good ones, isn't it? It's always the good ones. Right, here we go. Barely need any clamps for that. But I'll put one on just for, you know. There you go, that'll do. That's that one. Needless to say, I've already been cutting these sort of semi to a length. Another 3 of those. Let's do this up. Oh, put your knickers in the biscuit tin. Right, what's that one like? That'll do. Let's get an edge on that. Obviously, it's more work working with shitty wood. The thing is, I've got a splinter now. That's no reason. But it can be a pain. But see, the boards are not thick enough to say, oh, I'm running through the thicknesser. So you've got, hang on, I'm tipped on the end here. There you go, that's better. thicker the shave, tighter the curl. Put through them in your hair, you look like Annie. Little old Annie. That's deja vu. Maybe I ought to turn it down a bit. No, that's that's a bestie. That one is I used them into the. That's good quality clamp. The ones I was talking about are these. I've got boxes of them because I do a lot of laminating, you see, and I used to not so much now, but I used to laminate a lot of wood together. But these ones you can get from Action here in France, and they're good when they're new. But what happens is this serrated bit on there, it gets smooth. Basically, that's not hard enough. So that basically goes all smooth, and then they just slide down instead of gripping. But you can, put a bit more life back into it. The other way you can do it, you can make them into 2-inch clamps by literally just doing that, right? And then just welding it onto there, then cutting that off, and then that'll be just a fixed 2-inch clamp, if you want. That's another option, I suppose. Otherwise, chuck them. There you go. Right. Oh, yeah. How's it looking? Oh, that looks right, doesn't it? It's not too bad. A little bit of a tiny gap down there, I think, to notice that. It's inside as well. Let's see, was that way or that way up? It's that way up, wasn't it? That's that way up supposed to be. Oh no, it's pretty good actually, isn't it? That's good. Remember, this is inside the cabinet. And once it's had a bit done with finishing, hopefully I can get it look something like that. Here's one I prepared earlier. All I've done with that so far, I just glued them together like you saw. I've only sanded that. I haven't planed or anything like that because I want to keep the texture. And I've put one coat of paint on and just sanded off the top. So I'm trying another way as well, where I'll use a rag while it's still wet and wipe it off and see if that looks any better. See what I'll have a go. And then obviously a coat of lacquer. That's the idea. So that's the kind of look that I'm after. Sort of washed, like lime washing. Not green washing, no, lime washing. The only thing is a lot of sanding. But then again, free wood. I'm sure the missus will be happy. She keeps going on about a cabinet in there, and she's in England at the moment. So I need to do something. So, oh, we have done something in the house then while I was away. But no, there's so much to do when she's not here. you don't realise what she does here, and because half the time she's on a tablet until she's not here. Talking to the kids on Messenger. Ah, dear, what is she like? Right. No, she does work hard, to be fair to her. This place takes a lot looking after. So it's an old French farmhouse. We've got a lot of land and we've got a lot of things we're doing, a lot of projects. And it takes a hell of a lot of effort. And I've got fibromyalgia, which doesn't help. So I'm always knackered. I try to be happy all the while. I try to sort of like beat my way through it, but sometimes it gets on top of you. It really does. But, you've got to look. Put it like this, it could be worse, couldn't it, Think of those poor buggers in Gaza and places like that, in Ukraine. Can't imagine being in that situation. Yeah, so you've got to try and sort of like, keep happy, ain't you? Do things that you enjoy doing. And I do love my woodworking. I sell a few bits and pieces on Etsy and that, so I keep my head above water. And then there's YouTube, which is a hell of a lot of work for very little. Unless you've one of these big channels, obviously they earn a fair bit of money, I imagine. But no, I earn very little from it. But there you go. Is it what I do? Not on woodwork, I don't suppose. Right. Things I'm not good enough at YouTube. If you know what I mean. I'm not organised enough. I don't have enough time to do loads of editing and stuff. Although I do some editing, but I don't have time to do loads of editing. There you go, and there, so a bit more going there. This is the D3 again. Got to realise that people are coming and going, so some people aren't going to know what I'm doing. I am making a bathroom cabinet using pallet wood because I'm a tight ass, right? And I like to reuse whenever I can, if it's possible. If it don't turn out very well, I don't have to use it, do I? We don't have to put it up. Simple as that. I'm not worried. Life is too short to worry. It really is. Using my special wallpaper seam roller for my glue spreading again. Yeah, there we go. Works a treat, that do. It works a treat. Okay, and a bit of glue on there. Yeah. God, they've got this Eureka glues. They do a hell of a lot of different types of glues. Laminating glues, the contact adhesives, a whole load of different types of super glues. Do I need to put anything on that? No, that's fine. Right, will it go together nicely this time, or will it be a pain? No, it's going to go together nicely. Good, good, good. Couple little taps. This, yeah, I wonder if this is a good one or a bad one. Is this a good clamp, or is it a bad clamp? Actually, it won't matter because it's right to its full extent. Surprised the dogs ain't coming yet for treats. They normally do. They normally pester me constantly. How are we doing with that? How's that doing? Oh, that's good. So that clamp's a good one. I'll find another one. Is that a good one, or is it going to be a bad? Actually, no, it won't matter anyway, because it's right at its full extent, won't it? So it doesn't matter. I'm going to go on the back of that one. Try and pull it the other way a little bit. Right, there we go. Just put enough clamps on. Another one there, I reckon. See, these tablets I'm on, they're a bit mouth dry. They're antidepressant, but I'm not taking it's a very small dose. So I'm not taking as an antidepressant. It's for nerve pain, for fibromyalgia, because it's all about your nerves and stuff. And it works. It really does work. It's the only thing I've found so far that actually really makes the biggest difference. So otherwise you're just taking loads of painkillers all the while. So I've really cut them back now, which is good. I'm quite happy about that. Eureka! It's together. There she blows. Look, so I'm not too worried at the back. So you've got to see it. Let's put that over there. All right, so we've now got two sides, a top and a bottom. There will be shelves in there as well, but I'm not going to worry about them just yet. I'm going to look at putting this door together, one of the doors, which is the mirror door. Because the size of this unit really depends on what the size of the door ends up. You see? You see. So I'm going to grab my mirror, which is how bring it to you. I've already put a backing board on, and I use double-sided tape for that. It's almost like carpet tape. So yeah, it's a bit of old ply I had laying about. Haven't bought anything. Nothing's been bought. So that's the mirror I'm going to be using. Now, when it was in the shower room, it was that way round, landscape. But I'm going to put it in portrait. So we're going to have the mirror door with a frame around it, and then a solid door to the left, which I might then put some sort of like, I might do something fancy with the wood or something like that. I don't know, my herringbone or something. I don't know, I'm guessing at the moment. Just making it up as I go along, you know. But we need to frame that, and I'm going to be using some wood I've got over here. Pallet wood again. I have sort of pre-cut these. Now to do the rebate, you've got a couple of options really. You could put stopped rebates or rabbits in, because if you just put a rebate or rabbit, depends where you are, in the edge of the board, and right end to end, say for example on a table saw, when you put it together, you're going to have like big gaps on the ends, and you have to fill them or do something with a bit of wood in them or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the frame, butt joint the frame together, allowing for the size of the rebate, and then I'm going to use the rotor with a 10mm rotor cutter with a ball bearing on it, and run that round the inside the frame, and that will basically create my rebate. And I'll set to the right depth, so it's 8mm I need in depth, and that'll set the that'll cut the rebate, but the corners will be rounded, so I'll have to chop them out because I can't obviously round the corners of my mirror. No, I don't fancy trying that. Sounds like a really bad idea. Oh, what the hell? Let's give it a go. No, don't do it. It'll be a broken mirror if I did that. So I did contemplate in slotting it and installing it that way, which I would have done, but the thickness of the wood I got really isn't thick enough to do that. You didn't with no relief, and that looked awful. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to rebate the back and do like a picture frame, and then put a trim round on the inside maybe. I'll do something on the inside so it doesn't look nasty. It's inside the door anyway, because you can just put another board right over the top of the whole lot even. It'll be flush on the back, but you're going to have the joint, aren't you, around the mirror. And it might not be 100%, if you know what I mean. So we've got these two verticals there like so. I've got to clean these all up, obviously. So you need to put clean the edges up. And then I've got these two pieces here. Now these should be the right length. And I've allowed for the rebate, you see, because if I think, oh, okay, I'll make it all the same size as the mirror mirror's going to fall out, isn't it? It's going to be slightly smaller than the mirror. And I've allowed around 18mm, so it gives me a bit of millimetre clearance. Because if there's any, like, jiggery pokery need to be done, I need to make sure that I've got a little bit of space to do it. Ideally, it needs to be perfectly square. So, how much rebate have I got on there? I might need to make it shorter, but we'll see. Yeah, I might have to make them slightly shorter. No. Oh, I'm going to take another saw kerf off the end of that. So I'll do on the chop saw, which happens to be over here. There it is. It's my radial arm saw. There it is. Oh, crikey, there it is. Get rid of that. Get off. Tape. Come off. Right, let's see if I can do it in one hit. So I'll use that. The way I line the ends up. Then bring it over the saw kerf like so. And I'll take about just under 3mm off. Oh, that's too much. And that's not enough. Is that right, isn't it? Let's have a look at that. Take a little bit off that board. The back board's sticking out too far on this edge. Right, that's good. So, need to just, this back board's not right there. So I'm just going to block plane that a little bit. Not the mirror, the backing board. There's a piece of plywood this thing. See, it's hanging way too much. And it's not in line. I can see what's happened. I've gone skewy for the saw. So hopefully I don't break the mirror. Okay, that's about right. Ooh, maybe a little bit more. Does it look like I'm playing in a mirror? Right, okay, I think that's right. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'll put this out of the way so it don't get broken. We'll prepare the bits of wood, and then we'll joint those. Oh, I need a drink again. What's up, old Wally? Ah, what's up with you, mate? I hope you're well. Yeah, I've been in since I was about, crikey, I was turned 18 and I turned self-employed at 18. So, yeah, it's one way of telling you, isn't it? Let's talk in riddles. When did I start doing woodworking? It had been about I started when I was a kid. My dad was a boat builder. He trained originally at, he's always built boats as a kid as well, my father. Canoes and stuff like that in the kitchen. Grandfather wasn't too happy, nor was grandmother, but that's what he did. Yeah. So he's always built boats, but he did his apprenticeship with carters in Norwich. And he decided, I don't want to do this anymore. And his love has always been boats. And he started working at boatyards and stuff as a carpenter. Actually, before that, he worked at, he was in the merchant fleet actually before that happened. And then he got married, which then wasn't really how to put it. Marriage and the merchant fleet don't really go together. So, yeah, I married my mum. That one, I reckon. And obviously, as a kid, I was always interested, especially hanging around the old boatyards and stuff like that. My dad used to drag me about as a kid around all the boatyards, especially on the weekends. We used to do extra jobs on the weekends. Engineering jobs as well, actually, on boats. Sawing prop shafts, and people got bent prop shafts, and or packing the stern glands and stuff like that, or replacing boards. He's old school, placing boards in the usually on the chines of the boats more often than not, usually where they rot. Well, that's good enough, that. Yeah. So then, obviously, I had an interest. I went when I left school. I went to college. But actually, I first trained as an electrician, actually, and then I went to college as a for carpentry, mainly roof and work, the construction industry, really, more than anything. So that was not where my interest lied. I always liked making odd stuff. But I would say the most stuff I've actually been making over the years is architectural woodworking, windows, doors, stuff like that, mainly. Big ass stuff as well, big ass doors. Actually, I should do both faces, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll do both faces. I imagine that'll help. Might not. See. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the old woodworking side. I enjoyed it on the old boatyards as well. When I went to help my dad again. And I can. He's it's things like things used to not really annoy my dad, and there's things like for instance. Like I think it's a clinker boat. Everyone thinks clinker is like with all the boards they lap over each other. They think that's clinker. That's not. That's not clinker when you see that. That's clinker is the tool used to form the head on the rivet. So you'd have these copper rivets. You'd have one person on the inside of the boat, and one person on the outside of the boat with the inside of the boat with the clinker. And then you banging that clinker over the top, it domes the end of the copper nail, or the copper rivet, sorry. So it's the former, the method of construction. It's not actually the actual the way the boards go against each other straight. I remember helping my dad when he was working on a boat. This was, I was young. I was very young at the time actually. So I was still at school and I was helping dad with a boat. And he used to get me doing little varnishing jobs and stuff like that. You see, all I did like mahogany trims everywhere on what the boats used to build, and some of the higher fleet as well. It's like mahogany trims and stuff like that, and what we called the rocking horses bumholes, which is basically the handles for the doors, which is basically like a round door knob thing. Put your finger in. We used to call the rocking horses bumholes. I know, child. So you used to get me doing all the varnishing work. Like, you know, it's about 7 coats we spawn, 6 to 7 coats of varnish, yacht varnish. So it did take a while. And we worked on this boat. This one boat we were working on, and it was. I was working with another guy as well, with my dad. My dad gave me that pocket money. Like I said, I was only young, and this was a boat for the Sultan of Oman, or one of the Sultans of Oman at the time for his son. And this boat was 44 feet long, and it was going to be hung on davits and pulled up onto the deck of Daddy's yacht. Flipping out, gold plated this, gold plated that, shag pile carpet. Remember when this was? It was in the 80s. Was it 80s? Yeah, 80s. Early 80s. But you had to be so careful because when they were fitting the doors in this boat, all the screws were also gold plated, and the hinges were all gold plated. Everything was gold plated. Obviously not gold because it wouldn't work. But it was like lacquered and gold and whatever. And you just be so careful when putting screws in, all side screws. You know, they're really obviously very fussy. Tacky as hell, you know. Horrible, really. It's not my cup of tea. Right, so we've now got our 4 pieces of wood. Now this one's got a bit of damage there, but it won't matter. I'm going to make that the back. So if that's the back, that'll end up being chopped out with a rebate. So make that a clean edge. So you've just got to think ahead, didn't you? It's got a couple of little bits of nail damage there. That's fixed. Right, so that was all right. So that's going to have to be the back. So that'll make that the back as well. That'll be the front. Make those the front. Ooh, I've got to work out the length, haven't I? I haven't done that yet. And then I've got I've got to take the arris off that edge. Oh, quite that's a bit bad, but let's go that way around. That'll go that way around, that one. It's a bit fluffy on the edge here, so make that rebate again. But I'm going to take the arris off these ends. When you've got something that you know full well is not going to go together perfect, when you put a chamfer on like that, it really disguises the joint. Careful with this because it's actually quite soft. And it's splitting the end grain. That's right. It's going to look like that. I just got to be sanded in that, you see it. And that one can go that way around. There's not there. No, well, that way around. What's a nicer piece of wood? Alright, so that's going to go there, that's going to go up there. I just need to measure that, or work out that mirror, where the mirror's going to come. I'll just grab the mirror. Now do some sanding. And I'll work out the length. I'll do it on one end first. Ooh. Might have to make it a little bit narrower. That bottom rail. I only got 10 mil on that rebate. I think I might have made these a little bit on the short side. So I'll have to. I have. That's a very silly thing to do. But we will. I will make it work. Right, so I've got, if I know 8 mil there. Right. Okay, is that 8 mil? I'm just, you can't actually see, can you? Most of it, well, 8 mil there, and 8 mil on there. What a silly thing I've done. To be fair, these boards are a bit wide anyway. That's what I tell myself. Right. The only way I could actually get over that one would be to have a deeper rebate, but I don't want to do that. So that's about right there. That's about right there. Right. So I don't know if you see what I've done, but I've made a booby. I've actually made these two long rails a little bit on the shorter side. That's probably because I took the measurement of the mirror and not of the wooden backing. So what I'm going to end up doing is, I can probably just do that now to be honest, is the top and bottom rails I need to cut a bit narrower. I'm going to cut these narrower as well actually because it's a bit on the heavy side. If I do them at 65 wide, so about right there, 65 wide there. Ooh, maybe 68. I'm going to go 68. Crikey, splitting hairs. Have to do it on an old chop saw, on the table saw. And I'll make them all 68. I don't really want the sides wider, do I? I might balance out a bit better actually, because obviously I've got enough room. So what I'm going to do is move this out of the way for a moment. Move that out of the way. Let's put that over here. Hopefully it don't fall down. I'm just going to turn you around and I'm going to rip these down to 68 millimeters, and currently they are 75, so it's going to take 8 mil off more. A bit annoying because I've already run the plane off though with them. Oh dear me! See, we all make mistakes. You can't hide from your mistakes, can you? No, not when you're doing live. It's not possible. Is that wide enough? I'll give it through. Yep. Or I could just use that one. Right. Oh! That's one. Outside edge. I can rip that bad bit off now. Off there. booby. Da, 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 da. Oh, itchy nose. Spinny camera. Right. Hopefully that'll be a bit better. Before I get carried away, let's just... Oh, it looks better actually. It's a better size. I think it does look a bit bigger actually. That's what I tell myself. You've got to kid yourself sometimes, you know. Right, got one there, and that one goes there. And let's go and see whether or not... Right. See if that mirror fits better now and allowing for the rebate. That looks pretty good there. And that looks pretty good there. But let's use a rule. There it is. That's all right, that's good. That's good. I'm going to look this way. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Let's put this out of the way again. So we can sand this up first. As you know, first we need to plane those pieces of wood again. Just run the old plane down these edges quickly. One swipe should do it. Or two. There. Now, I could do that afterwards, but it's at risk of splitting the end grain. I might still have to do it, but if it's probably just sand it. Oh God, that's the wrong way round. Blimey. Yes. Take a little bit less off that. That's better. That's better. A bit aggressive. That one there, and that one there's done. It's just that one. And that one. Okay. So once I've got the frame together, I'm also going to put a little stopped arrow, 45 chamfer around the inside edge, stopped about inch half from each corner, so about 40 mil. Right, so how am I going to joint the corners together? I've got some options. I'm not going to use a biscuit joiner because it won't be strong enough. Yeah, because it's going to be hung on one side, you see, it's got a mirror in it, so it needs to be strong. But they're quite thin, aren't they? They're only about 18 mil. So 18 mil? Yeah, it's about 18 mil, 17, 18 mil thick. Now, I think maybe put a domino in each corner. That'd be the strongest way. Have I got any dominoes? That's a good point, actually. I don't know if I've got any. Have I got any ready, or have I got to make some? Oh, I've got some here. That's right. Oh, that's very handy. Let's use the domino. Let's cheat and use the domino because then I can get that glued up. All right. So, domino Dowler, where are you? Oh, over here. La 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 la. Oh, there she goes. Hello, Thomas Whitehead. Hello, Mikey Pikey. La 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 la. Da, 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 da. So alright, this is one Festool domino downer. Now I've got the I've got the 12mm cutter in there at the moment, which is probably on a bit of a big side. But they are the dominoes I've got ready. So let's have a look. If I can get away with it, I will. If I can't, I'll have to cut some 8mm dominoes. But let's have a look. Oh, I can get away with them. Let's have a look what we can do with this. This machine here has a well, it's a little bit of a different cutter. It looks like a bit of a it looks just like a drill bit. That's what it looks like. Let me show you. There is. That's the cutter, right? It looks like a drill bit, but unlike a drill bit, it goes sideways. Maybe jump and had the fingers on that bit there. Don't let the missus see it. No. Ooh. Don't do it. Right, how deep? A 40mm, be enough. Actually, no, let's do 40mm, 40mm, 40mm. Yeah. 40mm will be good. Let's go 40mm. Now I need to line it up with the centre. Currently it's in the wrong place. So what I've got to do is I've got to get it in the middle as best that I can. There's a line, just like a little groove in the side, and that's my centre mark. I need to loosen it over half. And I've got to line it up on there, which is literally there. That's it. That's pretty nearest, damn it. It's literally all the way down. That's the nearest I can get, actually. Yeah, that'll do. The beauty about this machine is you don't have to do marking. No marking required. No. All you just need to do is make sure that you're working from the same face and from the same ends. So this one here, I would say this two are going to go together here. And that's the outside edge. You could mark that, obviously, if you want to. And I've got to work from that edge. So I've got to decide on where I'm going to be. Probably there. Or would be better off being there at the bottom. No, I'm going to go actually no. There, I think. Let's go in there in the middle. That one out of the way. So I need to bring it over half. Now normally I've had dust extraction on here, which is a sensible thing to do. What it does is it creates a flat bottomed over hole like that, which you can then install. Obviously I've got that set right. Yeah, that's what I'll do. In there like so. That becomes a loose tenon. Much better than ordinary dowels, because dowels are round and you've got less glue surface. It's quite close to the back edge, which I'm not keen on. And then need to work from the opposite face. So I need to have the other one open. Like I say, you would normally have a dust extractor fitted, installed, like you would. I might go a bit shallower actually, it could be like 35. That's good, and then same on that end. Sebastian, what are you barking about? I've got my dog. My dog's come to say hello. They come to say hello, Bear. Huh? Oh yeah, what's this? Are you crazy? There will be an element though. That's what they do. That one's Sebastian dog. They're all rescues. I think they rescued me actually. Right, so that's that end. So we'll work from that face this time. On that end. I'll blow them at the airline in a minute. So it's that way around. That's right, isn't it? Yep, that goes there. That one goes there. I've got that one on that end. It sounds like quicker than cutting them. Sebastian, enough. What is wrong? I think he's trying to tell me something. What are you trying to tell me? Huh? I just heard Wally bark. No, Wally's out there. That must have been Dora barking. What? What? Oh no, that's not Dora barking. That's on the computer. Yeah, bear. Go and have that one. You have to find it because you dropped it. There you go. Another one. There. Crazy dog. He's getting crazy, I'm sure he is. He's got a Dalmatian in him. So he's a Labrador Dalmatian cross. And he's definitely got Dalmatian in him. He's a little crazy. Right, so those two are done. That's two done. So I just need to do the ends of this one. And then we can glue that up. I'll probably sand it a bit first. Glue it up. Sand a couple of hits, or I'll get bored. Go on, only get on there. Remember, always work from the same face and the same edge. There's that edge out. So now we have some joints. Not that kind of joint, no. You know Lady Gaga, she had fibromyalgia, and since she's been smoking pot, she reckons she's now pain-free. Bit useless information for you. There goes my compressor. There she blows. Which way round does it go? That way round? I think so. That way around there. And there and there. Let's do a bit of sanding, shall we? So we will be painting. That's going to be like that. If you didn't know already, so it's going to be like this kind of like lime washy kind of look. It's in the shower room as well, so it's, you know, just go for the sort of nautical theme, sort of like driftwoodish. I say ish. The nice thing with air sands are really controllable. If you ever want to do like on the edges and stuff like that, on the ends, really easy to control. Unlike an electric sander, because you've got all that motor, you see, spinning. There's a lot of weight in it, so it's quite, you know, you get that kind of centrifugal force. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for. I am going to sand it some more, obviously. And now I've got a Wally dog. Come say hello, Wally. Come on, boy. Oh, he's my fella. Right, there you come. Mind your paws on those hand planes. You know what to do. Don't press that, see what happens. Hey? If you're wondering, this is Wally, okay? Hence, it's a long story, okay, why it's called Wallywood. I'm in France, or Wallybois, because Wally got wood. You know what I mean? When he mounted a Rottweiler. Seriously. Didn't you? A lot of years ago, wasn't it, eh? He mounted a Rottweiler and he lost all the blood out of his brain and he passed out. His finger was like that long. It touched the ground, it was. I've got a video if you want to see it. So, Wallywood. But you can also say that with woodwork, so yes, Wallybois, as in French for wood. Oh boy. Thank you. You helping? You help. Yeah, Wally. No. Do you want a treat, boy? There you are. He's a cuddly little monster, this one, aren't you? What he does, if I sit on the sofa or something like that with a coffee, you know, if I have a little bit of a break or something, I have to chill every so often because I'm just because it's fibro, and then you'll just sit down beside me and just cuddle up with us, aren't you? Hey? Don't you worry. Anyway, can I get on now? People are watching, you know. No. Come here, you. Oh, 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 oh. So that's Wally. Oh, there you go, boy. Oh, you down? That's a good fella. One little bit here for you. That'll have to do. You've had your food as well, and you ate it all up. Are you still hungry? Yeah, we have to cook food. You know, it's courgette. Roasted, what did he have today? He had roasted courgette, chicken, and pasta. And a little bit of dog food, as in dry dog food. But he's very fussy. He'll leave it, he just won't eat. We tried to say, oh, don't have that, you don't have anything at all. We tried all that, don't work. He just don't eat anything. And he must, because he has epileptic fits, he mustn't get low blood sugar. All right. 14 years old, so you know. We got them here in France, and I was building a staircase for a customer, and I just quoted the job, what have you, and anyway, the guy, I saw Wally on a forum here in France, on an online forum, and he had a big old chain around his neck, and he looked like, he's quite taking a big old chain on that dog. I didn't realise he's a tiny dog, and he kept running off, you see, and seeing the girls. He's been had a bit of a gigolo, that one, over the years. Not so much now because he's getting old, but happened to us all, you know. And unless you're Rupert Murdoch, of course. But anyway, I phoned up for the flipping for the dog for Wally, and he said, "Is that Marcus?" And I go, "Yeah." Hang on, is that David? I literally just been fitting the staircase for him. I didn't see the dog there. I built the staircase as well. That was a very cool staircase, that was actually really cool. That was all an oak. Right, so we've got our frame pieces. I'll just get light sanding. I'm not going to worry about the arresters yet until the frame's together. So the next stage is, I might just take a little bit of the arrest off here. Just a couple of swipes. I don't need to go all the way along because I'm going to be using the router on that. I don't want no sharp edges. This is an old record hand plane. Now, I would say the records weren't, the castings weren't as accurate as the Stanley Baileys. But that's actually nice to use. Now I say that if you look at this one, but my record number 6 castings aren't as good as my number 7. But if you look at this on here, can you see that side is thicker than that side? But it's still a really nice part. I've restored it and put new knob on it and stuff like that, you see. And cleaned it all up and, you know, lineaged the bottom, the sole, so it's all flat. But it's actually a really nice little block plane to use. It's my favourite block plane now. And this used to be my father's, and it was in a hell of a state. You know. My dad didn't look after his tools. They were just literally that. Actually, this was my dad's as well. This one. So I sorted that out, made it into a nice little tool again, you know. End of the day, the sole's got to be flat, you know, within reason. You haven't got to go mad. Like all the tote was wobbly and just all rotten. It was in a hell of a state. He didn't look after anything, but he was a good craftsman. Other than that, I mean, a really good craftsman. He made some fantastic stuff. Right. Anyway, so far so good. We've got our mortars all set up there. Now I need to cut these down. I don't want to cut them exactly to length. I want them slightly shorter. Otherwise, it could hydraulic. And if it hydraulics, it'll be a nightmare getting it together. So, I'm going to go 65. Let's go 65. So I need dowels of 65 millimetres. I can do that on the bandsaw. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Just got my bandsaw over there. That one, choose that one. Yeah, what the hell. So I need 4 of those. I get 4 out of that? Might be able to. No, maybe not. I need another piece. Got a piece over here. Oh, actually, that might even be right length. Ooh, just about. Oh, I've got too fat, just like me. That one, off of that one. That'll do. That'll do. That's near as damn it. Right, so I've got my dominoes. Let's make sure we've got enough room so I get some clamps on. Okay, so some glue. I'm getting very low in that one. I wonder if I've got enough in there. Let's have a look. Might have enough in there. Let's have a look. Oh, should I use Cascamite for that? I'll tell you what, we're going to mix some Cascamite up. I like Cascamite pad resin wood glue for joints. And the reason for that is it's a very hard glue. Good reason, it's not crazy hard, but it's fairly hard glue. Because it's hard, I just need to make a mix and stick. Because it's hard, it doesn't compress in the joint. Just made a mix and stick. Where is my Cascamite? It's over there now, it's over there. Got a little pot of it over here. I decant it into another pot, you see, so it just makes sense. There's enough there. Why has that already gone off? No, that's right. Cool. It's starting to go lumpy in there. I've got a big tub of it over there that's all sealed up, but in these little pots, starting to go a little bit on the lumpy side, so it's got to take a bit of mixing. It's like sherbet. You remember the old sherbet with the liquid stick in it? It's a tree ball, wasn't it? I don't know if you can get that in the United States at all. Ugh, stings. Right. Right, so that's enough of that joint, enough of that joint, enough of that joint, and enough of that joint. That should be enough for that. If it isn't, I'll mix some more up. Now I need some water. Put it in there. I've got some water here, that'll do. If not, what did I just kick? Oh, my pallet. What's it over? I think the tool I used to take the pallets apart. I just kicked it. Could have been the bucket. That'd be worse, wouldn't it? Right, so mixing up the old cascamite. You should wear a mask for this if you're doing this. Normally I do, but because I'm talking, I'm not. And it's going to take a bit of mixing because it's a little bit on the lumpier side. I don't want to waste. It's not much left. I could just chucked it, to be honest. I don't really want to waste it though. That's what happens. You've got a little tiny bit left in the pot, and then the humidity in the pot will start making it go. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I mean, that's right. All right, it's fine. The more you mix it, the more kind of liquid it becomes. The more you stir it. Strange stuff. And it's based on urea formaldehyde. Whether this is carcinogenic, I don't know if it is. I need to check the safety sheets. But to be fair, most things are carcinogenic. Even because formaldehyde is actually a gas. A lot of people don't realise it's the gas it gives off. There you go. You can get formaldehyde coming off like at plywoods and other laminated materials because it's quite often used as the glue for the laminates. Formicas and stuff like that give off formaldehyde. There's a lot of materials that we have in our day-to-day life that we use that are carcinogenic. Douglas fir is actually is on the class as a carcinogenic. You know, the wood Douglas fir, which is actually a pine, it's not a fir. Stick that one in there. Right. Stick that in there. It's oozing. It's oozing. There. Right. On that side and that one. When the stuff goes off, like I say, it goes off hard. So if there's any voids, instead of compressing in the joint, I then end up coming loose. Or getting movement in it. You shouldn't get any movement because it's rigid. So it fills any voids in your joint. So if you're not that great at cutting your mortises, it might be the glue for you. What's he doing? He's going for a walkabout now. Wally's got bored. Wally does like the sun. He really loves the sun. He loves to sit out there and bask for God knows how long, to the point that he can't breathe probably, just like panting. Is it me or was that mortar not straight? Why isn't that mortar straight? That one might have to be forced. A couple of these mortars I don't put in straight like an idiot. That's that way around. Right, that one there, that one there. Right on there, like so. So we won't go on there. Right. Good. That's all right, that's good. Let's get more glue on that though. Need more glue than that. that hole there. Now I made a mess. Never mind. Greaseproof paper is good. If you've got a bench and you're worried about your bench, you've got them fancy woodworking benches, and you're worried about it, greaseproof paper, put a bit of that down underneath where your glue joints are, and then you can save your bench. It pops straight off as well. You won't glue it down to the bench. Or if you've got wooden clamps, it's good for that as well. Baking parchment. Don't tell the missus, or whoever does the cooking in your family. What I'd like to see? I'd like to see more women do woodworking, and not because it's because the gang clicks because they're going to show the bottoms. I'm not interested in that. That's just silly. I am interested in bottoms, but I want to see their skills, not their assets, if you know what I mean. But I would like to see more women. When I was in the old game regarding construction industry and that, I don't think hardly any women did that kind of work. I don't see why they shouldn't. I have to admit that the environment was very misogynistic. When I used years ago, it was very misogynistic, very sexist. But it would be nice to, see. I mean, because there was I used to live in Norfolk. There was a young lady who up at Holcombe, and she had a wood shop in Holcombe. I don't know if she still has. No, I don't know. It was a lot of years ago now. And she was awesome. I mean, her furniture was beautiful. It's really nice stuff, and that was really nice to see. It's getting more popular, isn't it, amongst women? Yeah, I'm back again. But it would be pretty cool. Oh, put you back over there. Try. I don't want my camera to fall over. Right, so I just need to put a couple of clamps on it. I think my wooden sash clamps would be ideal for that. Easy to keep it flat. That one. Right, we one. Hello, Wally. You're back again, boy. These are just clamp heads, and you literally just cut a piece of wood suit, in this case a piece of oak, and you make up your own clamps any length you like. Is that right? Is that about right length? Just put glue on my top. Right. No, it's right. What's that? Right, that's got to be the next one along. So you literally just set it to the length like that, and I'm going to put it underneath this edge har. I'll do the same on the other end in a minute. And can I get away with moving that along a bit or not? No, I don't know if I will. I don't need to anyway. Let's just clamp it up a little bit. The main criteria here is to make sure it's square. That's going to be the main thing. Squeeze it up, and not too tight, so you can actually pull it out of square if you're not careful. La da 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 da. There we go. Oh, Jimmy Lad. What's that there? Hello, Victor. I hope you're well. Yeah, dominoes are different. I'll show you in a minute. I will show you the dominoes are very different actually, and you get all different sizes. You can buy them yourself, buy them all from Festool, or you can actually just make your own. I have never ever bought a Festool domino, as in the oh, it's got to go on that one. That's got on that one. As in the actual consumables. There's no point. They're so easy to make. I don't understand why they're expensive as well. It seems such a rip-off. The machine itself is expensive. That's bad enough, you know. I bought it because I had a job for it, and it paid for itself in no time with a profit on the first job. So I was, you know, I don't regret buying it, and I've used it so much. Let's line them up, and it makes a very nice strong joint. I get a square in a minute. Make sure that's square. This is the machine that I use, which is a Festool domino down. Normally got dust extraction on it, but I didn't bother this time. And it creates an oval flat-bottomed hole. And I'm going to show you a domino. There's one of the ones, you know, there's one I made earlier. So this is just like a little oval piece of wood like that. And take that loose 10, you make them, you know, you can make the slots wider if you want. I've got 12mm in there, it goes with 14mm. That's 12mm. And you can make them wider or multiples of. The bit about it is the pin system on it, on the bottom here, that's genius. They're so simple, but literally, if you're always working from the same faces and from the same ends, you don't have to mark anything out. They can save you quite a bit of time. So it's a great machine, it really is. But they're flipping expensive. It's about 1,200 quid. It's a lot of money. But you know, the other option is something like, although I wouldn't use it for jointing. Normal Abraham used to. He used to joint from cabinet doors with one of these, isn't it? A biscuit joiner. So, okay, I showed you the domino, and here is a biscuit. So, yeah, that is the biscuit. You generally buy those, and they're so cheap anyway. And they're made of beech. Sometimes they're like a plies. You can get different ones as well that are rot proof and stuff like that. But that is a beech biscuit. You've got to be careful though, because they can swell up and get thicker, and then they're hard to get into the little slots that are created with the biscuit joiner. Whereas these don't tend to swell up. Well, I make them anyway. The ones you buy are made of beech, but because you know I make the material I'm working with. And if I'm working with pine, I still use oak dominoes, because pine dominoes are going to be weak, whereas the oak ones are strong. It is a really good machine. I know it gets a lot of criticism and stuff like that because it's at a lot of people's price range, but I only bought it because it was there to do a particular job, and it was definitely worth buying because it saved me a lot of time. So it paid for itself, huge amount of time. Let's just get. I've got 2 other dogs there now. Oh my giddy aunt! Too many dogs. Let's grab a square. Yeah, door. Right. Anyone want a dog? Do a boy dag. Right. So currently it's not 100% square there. Let's check the side as well. Whereas that one is square. So I don't necessarily want to pull the corners in to try and square it, because that side's not square. I need to tap it until that's square, but this end isn't square. So I need to tap that side that way a little bit. And it's a vertical format, you can't actually see properly. And then that one out back a little bit. Let's have a look now. Let's have another look. And now, that's square there. Is it square there, please, please? And that's square. Yes! If I'd try and pull square corner to corner, I'd have pulled the other one out of square. So you just have to check. So it's not always the right thing to do. Now I want to put a clamp on there, and a clamp on there, and a clamp on there, and a clamp on there downwards, and that will pull it to the actual sash clamp. But you want all 4 clamps to be the same. 4 6-inch G clamps here. I'll put one under here. Right there, I reckon. Oh, this medication, I think my mouth dry. Right, there you go. There you go. Otherwise it could end up being twisted. Put one on here. I'll do it on all 4 corners. make sure it's pulled to. My bench is actually flat. That it had, you know, I've put furring pieces in. It's only a chipboard surface on it. It's actually got a pine surface underneath it. It's not the first top on this bench. The first top went a bit shitty. All the wood started shrinking and stuff like that. It wasn't that great. So I just laminated two pieces, thickness of 2 lots of chipboard on the top. So it's quite thick. So I might have to bring it on over a bit actually. That's better. So, what does that do over there? That's good. That's fine. As long as it's touching, you know, it's pulled to the sash clamp, that's fine. Then I'll check for square again. Well, that one's sitting on top of the. Well, that's better. Right, it should be good. That's all down there nicely. It's all in contact with the clamp. It shouldn't glue to the clamp, because the top of the clamps I've waxed. So it shouldn't stick to the clamps. So really that's got to be left now, isn't it? So just make sure there's no hole or lumpy bits of glue. Use a rag, not your finger. Or glue wipes. They do actually make, they do supply glue wipes. The glue people I use, Eureka. This is Casca white pad resin wood I've been using. That one's gone a little bit on the damp side. So I'll start the other tub. Right, so that's there. That's all good. So that's done. They're glued up. I do need to glue a shelf up, but I'll do that next one. That's not such a hurry. Sides. So yeah, so the next job, not yet, we've got to wait until it's all dried, is I'll do all the sanding and start putting the finish on. So you come. Yeah, so I'll start sand all these down. Probably going to put an Aris, put a chamfer round on the inside. I've got to cut the rebate on the back to set the mirror into it. And the mirror will be going in last of all, because obviously the risk of breaking it, you see. Because I've got to put all the hinges and stuff on it. I'm not sure what kind of hinges I'm going to use yet. There's going to be another vertical piece come down the right-hand side, which will be like a hanger for the doors. So it'll be one down that side, one down that side. I've got to decide whether or not I want one down the middle. I might do, because that'll prevent any sagging in the shelves and stuff, because you could use that as an extra support for the shelves. Although it shouldn't sag, should it? Really, not in pine. It's not exactly the chipboard, are they? But it's smooth, it's not splintery. So that feels quite nice actually. So what I'll do is, once I'm decided on the finish, so what I did on this one, I just painted it, give it a coat of white acrylic, and then let it dry. It's in the sun, and I just sanded it to get some relief, you know, and the grain show up through again. This is inside the unit. I might try it with the idea where you paint it and then you just wipe it off virtually straight away and see what that looks like, more of a wash. But I don't know if that'll give me enough cover on this dirty old wood. We'll see. I think it's going to look quite cool. I think it will anyway. Anyway, do you know what though? I'm going to have to call it, you know, because I need to sort my dogs out. I've got to walk my dogs and my battery's about to run out. So let's just double check the chat first, make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. Hello, Aston Martin DB7. Oh, have you got an Aston Martin DB7? What do you use the stubby wooden planes for? The stubby wooden planes, as in these, as in like that one. This is a coffin plane, okay, hence the shape, and it's basically it's an old smoothing plane. So that is an old version of the number 4, maybe a number 3 even, because it's slightly shorter. See, that's even shorter, but it's actually a really nice thing to use. And it works really well, this little one. I do love this little plane actually. I had it a long time. You know, well, second hand was older than I got. I think from car boot or something, but still a long time. You know, when you can't afford things, you know. I'll give that a go. And then you obviously over the years you acquire stuff. You know, like an old compass plane here. I used to use this thing on the boats, doing the gun whales on the boats. You know, doing steam bending. You got to do your final finishing, what have you, or if you're bending planks around, because you know when you replace a plank in a boat, it's not parallel. You got to go. You got to plane it all out and make sure it trues in so you can cork it all. And then I progressed to that, which is a record compass plane. It's got an adjustable, flexible sole on it. It's a brilliant thing. This is, it's like anything. You kind of use what you got. I've just been doing it for a long time now, and it's like mainly architectural and then obviously the boat building as well. But it's those I tell you what also were good for the old compass planes was doing the hog. When you got a wooden hull and you got the hog, you got the keel. You put your keel through first, and the bit that comes up the bow is called the hog. You get all that in. That's all curvy, you see. So you have to plane all and true all that in, and some will be draw knives sometimes, and sometimes it'll be done on the big old bandsaw, more often than not, and then cleaned up with a compass plane. If you're worried, it's off people didn't bother, but it was a nice boat. That's what you're doing it. So yeah, you kind of work with what you got, and you accumulate tools over the years, And you probably notice all my stuff's fairly old, Okay, my vessel domino, I bought that new. Other stuff I've had either for a lot of years or I've acquired them over the years. It's just how it is. It's like my radar arm saw over there. That's the third one I've had, and it's actually the oldest and the best, even though there's no blade break or anything on it. And when I moved over here to France, I sold a lot of my gear in the UK because it was just too heavy and too big to come out. It was Wadkin stuff, and that was too. I couldn't ship it over. I kind of wish I did, but then I'd have to have all three phase here. For this kind of woodworking I do, it's not necessary. So anyway, thank you for joining us today. I much appreciate it, and thanks Mad Monk for sticking with us. Much appreciated, my friend. And Sebastian and Wally, I had all of them in there. Begging. Little buggers are begging, they were. So, yeah. By the way. Have I missed anyone? No. Anyway, it's time for me to go. Say toodaloo, It's a toodaloo. Thanks a lot, Mad Monk. Oh, I can't find the flicking button. I've got glue over my fingers. Toodaloo.